Welcome back, sages and witches, to the chapter I've absolutely been dreading the most for this Let's Play. Probably there's going to be some post-game content that's going to take me a little bit more work to get ready, but this is the big thing I was not looking forward to when starting this Let's Play. Now here's the funny thing. The first time I practiced this chapter, I got stuck on a non-combat section trying to get a collectible and had to load checkpoint a bunch of times, but otherwise I actually managed to complete the stage in as little as 3 continues. Then I practiced it again today, and I was not able to finish it within an hour, and then my break at work was over, and I had to get back to work, so we're gonna see what happens with this video. There may be a pretty large jump cuts involved, but we'll see. First order of business, of course, is that we've got a new LP, so let's visit Rodan.
Another LP. No rest for the wicked. Even if I am jollier than the average demon. But no need to pity me. I was bored anyways. Be right back. This one's gonna be fun. Been looking for a workout like this for a while. Ta-ta. You better be happy I like you, Bayonetta. If I didn't, I'd be charging you hazard pay for this one. Now go make me proud.
Oh, Rodan, we'd pay any amount you wanted us to, which is going to be the case by the time of the end of this Let's Play, because there's one particularly expensive item that we need to purchase. Now, we have gotten the new weapon, Take Mikazuchi. Take Mikazuchi is the slowest but most powerful weapon on a single hit basis in the game. However, it's so slow, it doesn't really rack up combos very well, and it's very easily interrupted, and as a consequence, it is not very popular. But I actually, in the course of practice, found one fight where it will be very handy for, so we'll use it as much as I feel like, up until we're past that point. I'm not overly concerned about using it in any other fight, save for the one that I'm thinking of. Now, with that all taken care of, we'll get that equipped when we get into the stage proper. Let's actually enter it. It's Chapter 10, The Depths. And here we are in Inferno, the depths of hell, and we're here to rescue Jean. We've come a long way, and we're finally at our destination. Starting off here, we've got a journal to grab, the Overseer of Inferno, and right off to the left, there is our first Muspelheim portal of the level. Surprisingly, there are not that many Muspelheims in this chapter. There are 13 verses altogether, only 2 of them are Muspelheims. Before we get into this one, I'll just spoil it right here that this is, in fact, a no witch time challenge, so let's just check out Take Mikazuchi and its Umbran Elegance, which is, looks fancy enough. So, since we do not have witch time available as an option, may as well use the Evil Harvest Rosary. Very good for these situations where we don't really get a choice in the matter. The Evil Harvest Rosary also pairs very well with an unlockable accessory after we beat the game, and I'll go over that when it becomes relevant. One nice thing about the orb from the Evil Harvest Rosary is that it does have a tendency to stun enemies like so. Oh, did not do it as I was expecting right there. Whoop. That ice attack, it's so weird. Like, the timing for actually avoiding it with a properly timed dodge, I always screw that up. Whatever, we won the fight, and that's all that we need the Evil Harvest Rosary for. The other Muspelheim challenge we have is a much more annoying one with a much tougher enemy than a Greed, so well, let's get excited for that. With that out of the way, though, we get our next Witch Heart. Good stuff, good stuff. Get the Mallet of Rewards back out, just in case I get a chance to use it, and we will head on out here. Back into the action. To progress with the level, we have to do, well, not exactly intense platforming, but light platforming. Let's get Take Mikazuchi out here. Over here, we've got 2 Hatreds to deal with, so best to, whoop, there we go, and hit these guys with this. As you can see, the damage is pretty studly on this. Let's get the, oh, never mind. I timed out on the, what is it, dodge offset there. Yeah, I am not really a fan of how this weapon controls. It is super slow, very easy to end your combo prematurely by accident, so you really gotta know what you're doing with it. And I have not used it too much, so I don't exactly know what I'm doing. Oh, almost had that fight how I want it to be going. Okay. And we should be able to finish this guy off soon. Sadly, could not get pure platinum on this. I actually did get at least an unbroken combo in my practice for this stage. Woo, hey. And may as well do a stiletto there. I don't think that was stiletto. Whatever. And, yeah, that was terrible. Oh well. Did the best I could with a less than ideal weapon. Here we've got our first Umbran Crow, 14 out of 20. We're getting close to collecting all of those. Up here we've got a chest to collect. Not anything too important in it though. This one just has a Midas Testament in it. I'm not going to use those at all. Over here we have a hidden verse, and this one actually has something important from it as well, so you really want to make sure you do this one. It behooves you to do so. Got a couple Hideouses here that it would be a good idea to take them out of the picture. You know what? Let's get Take Mukazuchi out here, because this is the one thing that Take Mukazuchi really has going for it, is that it... Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, whoa, whoa. Getting a little careless over there. Yeah. On their own, Hideouses are not too bad, but as you can see, they can be pretty nasty to deal with when they have a big enemy like Pain to cover them up and obscure the attacks that they're doing. But otherwise, once we've got this guy on his lonesome, we can stick to doing Wicked Weaves that launch him. And, okay, good, got a stun there. We'll just do a punch combo here, should deal some pretty good damage. There we go. And, oh, did a breakdance there. Not what I was intending to do. Oh, whoa. Was getting a little too committed to my combo there. Okay. And, kind of conserving my magic here. There's one fight in particular that I want to go into it with full magic, but we will use just a little bit to finish this guy off, and then cancel it. There we go. Got some decent health back for that. However, I'm probably going to want to use healing items before we get into the next verse that we have to deal with, since we got a bit of a tough fight coming up there. Tougher than the one we just did, even. But we get our first piece of an angelic hymn for this level. Jeez, I'm doing terrible. I promise you this was going better in practice. Wonder what kind of weapon we get from that. Let's heal up. We'll just use up our green herb lollipops to start. There we go, that's pretty close to full. And let's get back across. Coming up next, we have a bit of a non-standard verse to deal with. Not anything too fancy, so let's just get into it. Jump across these platforms here, and suddenly they break. Now we've got these centipedes whose names I forget. For this guy, you just want to hang down towards the bottom right of the screen to avoid him. You can do bat within to avoid them, should you be in their path when they're charging you. But obviously, it's just easier to stick to areas they're not going to be hitting. That guy busts through the rock right there, so if you're not paying attention and not trying to avoid that, you may get hit by him. Now coming up here, we got a bit of a tricky collectible to grab, so we want to hang towards the top right. And I should be... Yes, okay. If you pass by that, you want to quickly pause the game and go to the title screen, and then if you reload your file, you'll be back to where the platform breaks. And here we have Phantasmaray. He was a summon that appeared at the end of Bayonetta 1, and he himself is a reference to the boss from Devil May Cry 1, Phantom. I think Phantom had a cameo later in the series, I forget. It's been a while. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. So I want to conserve my magic, because like I said, there is a specific fight coming up where I would really like to have 2 big pearls of magic at my disposal. So, until I actually fill out my gauge and I can guarantee I have 2 big pearls when I need them, I'm mostly gonna err on the side of caution here. Woo. Woo. Ah, man, I can't see past these mini spiders that he summons. Jeez! Okay, there we go. Surprised the combo didn't drop there. That was terrible. Yeah, that I always kind of flounder when the mini spiders come into play. And he's going to be attacking there. Alright, now, since we have two big pearls, going to use Take Mikazuchi here. Woo, hey. If you're curious, the hold attack on Take Mikazuchi is similar to Rakshasa's. It charges up a more powerful strike. I don't think it's that great, though, so I wouldn't really recommend using it, but you do you. Hey, there's a Laurel over there. Better grab it after the fight is over. There's a bunch of pods throughout the area here, and they all have pretty good odds of... Woo. Man, what the heck is happening? Uh-oh. As I was saying, there are pods throughout the area, and jeez, I died. I was trying to locate that green Laurel, and I totally missed it. Alright, since we were close to the end of that fight, I'm just going to edit to the end of it. Alright, there we go there. I actually died 2 more times on this stupid fight, so we're already off to a roaring start on this chapter. We're definitely going to see another stone rank coming through this time. But, hey, as long as I can beat it, I guess that's worth something. Anyways, that was annoying since I had to conserve my magic, since we really do want it for an upcoming fight. But as I was trying to say during the fight, the pods have a high chance of dropping stuff like health and magic, so we are able to stockpile on some of that stuff. So let's just break all these open, get a handful of orbs while we're at it. Man, this is almost certainly going to be an hour-long recording, possibly even more than that, but we'll see what happens, we'll see what happens. Alrighty. So, heading on to the next leg of the level, we have to break open these eyes on these vines to create paths forward. Let's get a journal here. There is a access way to the gates of hell if you need to. We will actually be collecting an entire angelic hymn, though I will not be accessing the gates of hell right away after we get it. Alright, I'm going to get Take Mikazuchi out. We want it because we've got a pain to deal with, and we also got some, of course I lost track of that. I was trying to get rid of the hideous before it really became a headache, but unfortunately the pain managed to knock me out of that. Woo, hey. Yeah, if I could just get, there we go. Which time to finish this guy off? Now that we got that guy taken care of, we can focus on the pain. There are more pods around the area if you need to heal up, so don't hesitate to break those open. We should be able to take this guy out without too much difficulty. What am I trying to say here? We should be able to take this guy out with too much difficulty. Right after we defeat this guy, though, is the situation that I want magic for, so hopefully I don't have to use up any to get through this fight. You don't really gain magic as you're using it, so I just don't want to use it at all, because I really do want those 2 big orbs, for reasons that'll become apparent as soon as we defeat this guy. Okay, let's get a launcher. Yes, okay. And... nope, need a little bit more. Alright, we should be able to finish him off with this. There we go. Alright, let's just taunt to extend our combo here. And the reason why I wanted 2 large magic orbs is that we've got our formal introduction to Resentment here. This is where you first meet this guy, and since this is an introductory battle, instead of just being one of them, it's Infinite Climax, there's gonna be 2 to deal with. He starts immediately with his de-aging beam, and this is what we wanted the magic for with Take Mikazuchi. We can use the Umbran Climax to just immediately take this guy down with a ton of damage, and wasn't able to finish them off. In my practice run, I was able to finish those guys both off with those 2 Umbran Climaxes. Didn't really work out like that here, but that's not a huge deal for me. I just wanted to be able to take out at least one of them and heavily damage the other, and that put us in a really good situation. Good spot to be in, good spot to be in. Alright, let's look around here. I'm just looking to see if there's any pods we can break to get health, and does not look like it, so let's just head on. Up on this platform right here is something important. Not this chest. This chest just has a Mega Yellow Moon Lollipop, but over here, we've got the second piece of the Angelic Hymn we need to collect. For the record, this is the last Angelic Hymn you can collect throughout the game. This is not the last weapon you're going to get, but this is the last one that you're going to get by collecting pieces of Angelic Hymn. There is technically one more hymn, but it's a reward for beating the game on hard mode, so we won't see that until we actually beat the game. Anyways, once you grab this thing, we've got Sloth to deal with. What we want to do here is try and get his health down. Ooh. And then hopefully hit him with a torture attack. Yeah, the camera is kind of freaking the heck out here, so we really want to be careful with who we're attacking here. Woo. Woo! Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ah, there goes my magic. Okay, so if we die there, it's not a big deal. I'm left without magic, but that fight isn't too bad if you're at full health. We do have to fight a bunch of sloth before the end of this chapter, so get prepared for that. This is one sloth fight of 3 that we have to go through, and then after that there are no more sloths for the rest of the game. So let's see if I can get this one a little bit better. I wasn't really focusing as much as I could be there. Okay, so let's take this guy down just a little peg. We'll redirect there. If you can redirect a Witch Time off the Furies into Sloth, that's all the better, but it's a little tricky because the camera kind of flicks around wildly in this fight, and if you lock onto the Sloth, it's actually really hard to consistently dodge the Furies. Okay. Come on. There we go. And if we can just get this to hit this guy. Okay, we should be able to torture this guy soon. Nope, nope. Ah. Okay, let's finish this guy off. I still have the Mallet of Rewards equipped, so we'll even get some health back for this, so good stuff there. Alright, let's grab that health, and just take out the rest of these guys. Got slowed down a little bit there, but I am not overly concerned. Furies, when you whack them, they don't really retaliate when they're under pressure, so don't have to worry too much about that. Okay. We're about halfway through this chapter now. Still got some tough fights ahead of us. And we actually have probably the toughest one coming up after that, so be prepared, be prepared. I don't need that Yellow Moon Lollipop, so we're not going to bother grabbing it. Let me get some little bit of healing here. Any other pods that I missed? Yes, actually. And it is being pretty generous with the laurels right now, which is pretty good, because the next Witch Heart we're going to get is in Muspelheim, and I unfortunately found out that if you get a full Witch Heart and Muspelheim, it does not carry over the health recovery when you return back to the real world. I had not noticed up until this point. Every time I collected a full health recovery from Muspelheim, I had already had complete health anyway, so that's why my gauge was always lower. There, right as we enter, we get an Umbran Crow, and actually I just realized I actually missed something. We're going to have to head back this way eventually anyway, because right towards the end of the chapter, a verse or a hidden verse spawns at the area where we fought Phantarasmia, but that is not until we've cleared the 11th verse. Right now, though, we can open up this chest and get a Broken Moon Pearl. That'll form together with the one that we currently have to give us an extra point of magic. Always handy to have more of that, though unfortunately we're not actually going to get 3 big pearls until right in the end of the game, so for the rest of the game I'm only ever going to be able to stock up to Umbran Climaxes, or an Umbran Climax and a Torture Attack at once, so that's just what we gotta deal with. Alright, heading into Muspelheim, we've got what may just be the worst challenge for people who are not particularly good at Infinite Climax, aka me. So, what do we got to deal with? Don't get hit. Alright, simple enough. What's our opponent? Sloth, yes. When I was practicing earlier, I got so stuck on this fight. I don't know what happened, but the day before, like, I did this fight on fire and I only had to retry it like twice. I don't know what it was this afternoon. Maybe my head just hurt and I wasn't able to focus the way I wanted to. I'm almost certainly going to screw this up on the first try, so don't be surprised if that happens. I keep accidentally parrying him. I should probably unequip the Moon of Mahakala. The reason that keeps happening is because I'm trying to dodge towards him so I can keep up my offensive once Witch Time is activated. And unfortunately, that often results in the Moon of Mahakala going off, so that's just something you gotta deal with. Yeah, and I knew I'd screw that up. So I'm just gonna cut ahead to when I beat this guy, since you've already seen my tactics against Sloth, and I just do my best to be consistent with those. Alright, you don't want to know how many tries that took me. Definitely in the double digits. Oof. Yeah, those guys, not the most fun in the world to deal with. They are so random and inconsistent on Infinite Climax. They're not nearly as fast on the lower difficulties. They're much more manageable on hard and normal, as you'd expect, but still, it's just like, oof. The massive jump in difficulty that these guys get on engaging them in Infinite Climax, and a lot of it's just, like I said, due to how random they are. Their attacks have very low startup times. Well, most of their attacks have a sound cue that lets you know that an attack is coming. They, not all of them do, and sometimes they'll go for an attack and then they'll cancel it. It's like, stop dodge offsetting. Only I'm supposed to be able to do that. Frustrating stuff, frustrating stuff. But we're past it. We got our due reward for it. And we've got another hidden verse over this way, one with an equally important reward to a broken witch heart. So let's get over to this. This fight is not nearly as difficult as the one we just did, but it can go pear-shaped if I'm not careful. We've got 3 maliciouses to deal with, so and once again, I keep dodging into attacks, and I cause myself problems there because it's just kind of silly. Like, Moon of Mahakala should be a good thing for me, but I keep, like, trying to dodge into attacks and parrying things that I do not mean to parry. Fortunately, this fight becomes a lot easier once... whoa, hey. This fight becomes a lot easier once you start actually taking some of them out. So we should be in good standing once I get at least one of these things taken down. They also have a pretty good chance of dropping health, although I'm not having much luck with that. Okay, there we go, and we should be able to finish this one off. There we go. No problem, no problem. Oof. That's not the best I've ever had that fight go, but it's far from the worst. The worst, of course, is getting a game over on it. Fortunately, maliciouses aren't too bad. I've noticed that they don't seem to really be interested in buffing each other up by enraging each other, which is kind of weird. Anyways, we get the final piece of the Angelic Hymn, and that's an interesting-looking weapon on there. Definitely have to stop by Rodan once we're back in the area of that Gates of the Hell entrance to actually make that into a full weapon. Alright, so we actually got some magic going into this, so let's use this lollipop just to get a little bit of health back to us, and we are going to be doing the absolute worst fight in this chapter by far. So get excited for this one. So you want to know what's better than Sloth? Well, I'll tell you. First, we've got Sloth's introductory cutscene, and if you've been noticing the trend with these on Infinite Climax, what's better than one Sloth? 2 sloths! So yes, we have 2 sloths to deal with, and oh boy, this is not fun for the camera. Okay, whoa, yeah, this is exactly how this fight can just go poorly right out of the starting gate. So, and this is also why oh jeez, like, yeah, like, it is so hard to focus one of these and just get them chipped down so that the torture attack will finish them off. Okay, we need to get it like 75% dead for at least one of these guys, and then we can use a torture attack to finish it off. Okay. And this should kill it, so hopefully... Come on. Yes, there we go. Okay. Good stuff there. Let's just grab that health, so I'm in good standing. And we've just got the one to deal with, so let's pay attention to him. We're good to go almost on another big magic pearl, so... Come on. Oop. You cannot torture attack them when they're in the air, unfortunately. Makes this a little bit tougher, but there we go. Okay. I'm surprised I got that on the first try, but I did go in with some magic beforehand. I actually did have, I did come up with a little bit of a trick there if I happened to die. Yeah, did not get the combo score by anything close, but whatever. We do need to break that vine to go forward, but there's a couple of hidden verses we need to complete before the end of the level. Fortunately, we're done with the worst of this level. Over here, we've got a Umbran resting place, so let's open this up. But the trick that I was going to use, if I died on that, instead of just picking up where I left off, if I used the continue, I would instead go back to the title screen and load the most recent checkpoint, and that would put me back with my magic, in theory. Although I shouldn't say that like it's a sure thing. I'm not actually sure if the game remembers your magic when you load your checkpoints, but that's what I was going to try. I haven't actually tested that, because I don't usually try to cheese things like that, but that is not a fun fight, so I imagine people would forgive me if I was in a situation where I needed to cheese it, since I already kind of did. But hey, we made it past it. We are pretty much past the worst of this chapter. There is one more fight that is pretty difficult, but it's even more easily cheesed by just coming in with full magic, and we'll be dealing with that soon enough. Now, let's crack open that resting place. Yeah, this level does require quite a bit of backtracking to get everything, which is pretty annoying, but it's not the worst I've ever seen in a video game, so I can live with it. Alright, let's crack this open. Inside this chest, we get a broken witch heart. Good stuff for us there. And over here, we've got two pains, and I believe there's a malicious somewhere out there. No, okay, it's just these guys, I guess. So let me see here. You know what, we're past the point where we need Take Mikazuchi, so we're just going to get out Chernobog, since this is a bit more effective. This is not the difficult fight I was referring to. The other one requires us to deal with much worse things. I'm surprised I was actually able to dodge that. I thought I was way too late on that. Ooh, what the heck? How'd I get hit by that? I heard the moon of Mahakala go off, so I figured I would have deflected that. Oh well. Now we can use the Wicked Weave there. And let's just focus on getting this guy taken out as best as we can. I do actually want to hang on to some magic for an upcoming fight, so if I get a second big pearl, I will use it. Oh, jeez. Ugly. Hopefully I can finish this guy off before I die. Luckily, the pains are pretty consistent about dropping health, so I should be able to recover myself a little bit and get one more last chance hit point. Yes! Haha, I was correct. And I actually managed to get the dodge there. So we'll launch this guy a little bit, then we'll go in on the offense with the Wicked Weave, or the Umbran Climax. One of these days, I will stop mixing those two terms up. I'm sure you viewers are patient with me. This is not the easiest thing in the world to juggle with remembering the correct vocabulary terms. Alright, not too bad. Was looking a little dicey towards the midsection of that fight there, but we managed to pull it around, and for our efforts, we get a broken witch heart. Good stuff. Now that we have that at our disposal, gold is okay. We have one more final hidden verse to deal with, and it's back at Phantarasmia's platform, so I will just edit back to when I'm there. Meet you there.
Another LP. No rest for the wicked, even if I am jollier than the average demon. But no need to pity me. I was bored anyways. Be right back. This one's gonna be fun. Been looking for a workout like this for a while. Ta-ta. Damn. Some of these fools are really about that life. Had me working overtime to knock this one into shape. Off you go.
So I figured I'd stop by at Rodin's to pick up Salamandra, the chainsaws that Bayonetta can equip on her arm that Rodin said he would never make, but now he has. Of course, this is also a sly reference to Mad World, where the character of that game, Jack, he had a chainsaw arm. Just buying up some extra items here, and Salamandra is going to be our official replacement for Rakshasa. Salamandra, widely considered to be the best weapon in the game. It's a very unique one. The way it works is that its hold attacks, when it strikes an enemy, holding the attack will continue the attack and rack up points and a good amount of damage, and if you release it at the right time, Bayonetta will fire off an additional strike that deals an equal amount of damage to the attack up to that point, so it can deal a ton of damage. The drawback it has is that it does not have Wicked Weave, so it cannot really do things in great AoE. And it doesn't really stagger enemies that well. But of course, Umbran Climax turns all its attacks into Wicked Weaves, and even if it can't summon demons, those Wicked Weaves do crazy damage. So it is by far one of the best single-target weapons in the game. Very heavily recommended to use it. And the Gates of Hell is close to the platform that we needed to be on in order to trigger the final hidden verse. And this one's a bit of a doozy. We've got 4 greeds, and oh, that's right off the bat, a horrible start. So what we're going to do here is throw this out. Oh, dear. Oh, Mo. Okay, let me see here. No. I want to at least torture attack one of these guys so I can get some health back. Yeesh. I was just mashing X and A there to try and get something. It was not going well. Whoa. Okay. We got one of them out of the picture. And if that guy is all too willing to just close in on us, I am fine with that. We will take this guy out with a torture attack also. Just keep getting that health out. If we can get these guaranteed picks, I absolutely want to take them. Okay. Did not... Oh, no. And I was about to say we did not get hit by that ice attack, but of course I got hit by the other one. Woo. Okay. Should be able to get that guy out. There we go. And this guy we should be able to take out, no problem. Let's just not get careless. And of course I got careless. Oh well. That is okay though. We have gotten the worst of it over. Once we pare it down to just 2 of them, it's not too bad. We've fought 2 greeds at once before. And just finish this guy off with a nice little chainsaw strike, and there we go. Oof. Okay. We're past all the really bad fights. We are almost done with this level. There is one more fight for us to deal with, and it is a very unique one. So, you know what, let's bust open a couple of these pods and just do a victory lap back to the end of the stage. But this is the chapter that I was dreading getting to, because, you know, loaded with tough fights, and I am not going into it with a full kit of equipment that I would normally have. I've only done this mode in New Game Plus before, so of course I have full health upgrades, full magic upgrades. I've got all the weapons in the game, so I enter this with Salamandra and the other really powerful weapons that you get later in the game. So it was even then, in my first attempt at this level on Infinite Climax, I still had like, I want to say like, it was at least over 13 continues. I want to say it was like closer to 18 maybe. So yeah, this is as bad as this is going. It's a considerable improvement over my first attempt at this chapter in my personal file, where I had a lot more resources to work with. And I guess on that merit, I actually am kind of proud of how this video is turning out, but, you know, this is far from the apex of gameplay you'll see, but it's the best I can do for now without dedicating my life to this game, which I don't feel like doing because I have a lot of other things I like to play.
Why, if it ain't Bayonetta, fancy finding a witch like you in a place like this.
Rodin! Don't tell me you came here to rescue me, like some kind of knight in shining armor.
Rescue? Do I look like the rescuing type? If you would've kicked the bucket here, I'd be all over your soul like a hungry hyena. go easy on you guys. So let's have some fun.
And we have a very unique fight here. Rodan is helping us out, and Rodan, he does not really mess around. As you can see, he walks up to things and makes them explode. So the challenge for this fight is to get up a decent combo score before Rodan just detonates everything. Unfortunately, because the scenery is very chaotic while Rodan is throwing out explosions and junk, it's very easy to take hits, which I did, unfortunately. In my practice run, when I actually was able to finish this level on time, and of course my combo timed out there. For some reason, Bayonetta was not targeting the guy right near her to extend the combo, which happens every now and again, but it's not anything too big a deal. Now, if this guy could actually just come down here, come on. Hey, get down here. Yeah, as you can see, Rodan has no problem just fishing that guy out of there and dealing some pretty big damage to him. We'll use our Umbran Climax here to get some big damage. Let that other guy focus on Rodan, and then Rodan just completely annihilates him. And we've got 2 pains here. We will once again get our Umbran Climax out. Just try to get as many combo points before Rodan decides to stop letting these things live. Okay. A little bit more damage there. Come on. Okay, Rodan finally took out that one. And then he took out that one in very rapid succession.
We're here. And so is my target by the looks of it.
Jean, there she is.
Hold up. You're not seriously thinking of getting between a man and his next payday. Chill, Bayonetta. Don't go shooting up my target, you dig? I need that one intact.
Well, we will do our best, Rodan, but we haven't exactly had the best luck with just mediating things diplomatically in this game. But yes, that is Chapter 10, The Depths. We have collected all the collectibles there, taken on all the verses. Only had 4 continues in the process, which is only 1 worse than my successful practice run, so not bad at all. And I managed to more or less use my magic as intended, and I even got to show off Take Mikazuchi in an effective capacity. So, hey, this was a successful level. By my standards, by the standards I set for myself for this Let's Play, this is fine. This was the big one. This is the hardest thing that I was expecting out of the main story, and we're past it. We're past it. There are a couple of tough boss levels coming up, but those are boss levels, so I'm not too broken up if I have to use a bunch of continues on those. And we have unlocked Eternal Testimony. This is a unique accessory that you unlock when you get 25 bewitchments, and it has a pretty cool effect. What it does is when it's equipped, it automatically generates 2 small orbs of magic. So as long as you have this equipped, your magic will never fall below 2 small orbs. Though obviously, Umbran Climax will end like normal after the requisite amount of magic is used up, but this will always take you right back to 2 small magic orbs when you have it equipped. So good idea to buy it as soon as possible, which I will be doing in the next video. Just one more thing to say about it is that you do not need to have it equipped all the time. You can just equip it, get the 2 orbs, and then equip something else if you so choose. But a lot of people, you know, just for simplicity's sake, like to keep it equipped all the time so they always have that magic at the ready. Makes using your Umbran Climaxes as soon as you get them a bit more effective. And we are at Chapter 11, Inferno and its ruler. But we'll be checking that out next time. As always, I sincerely hope you enjoyed watching the video. I had a better time making it than I expected, so that, you know, small favors there. And I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, goodbye.